Hello and welcome back to another episode of this year's Minecraft Advent Calendar. I'm here with MaybeLaterx,
Hey.
world-renowned MaybeLaterx, game designer,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Extraordinaire.
extraordinaire. Exactly. Famous for... What are you famous for?
Um, I can do the Beyonce dance,
You can.
but it's probably not that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not used to this. Never give me power.
Yeah,
That's rule number one.
fun.
I did Mental Block Gaming stuff. I was the design lead on Mental Block Gaming stuff. So we made the Learning Curve series and Prismatic with Road Quest.
Templars of Hyrule.
Templars of Hyrule, yeah. I think that's all the big ones.
That was a very good one.
So yeah, we did some Minecraft maps.
And you were part of the Advent Calendar 2 years ago.
Yes, I was here 2 years ago. I remember putting part of the map on here.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I had a letter because I knew exactly where it would go. I think it was like the RY or something.
Could be.
Fact check me on that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly who had what. All I know is that Kileo cheated. She removed my face and put it away so that it would be the last piece, which is a good idea, but it was not intended. It was intended to be random.
She's a genius.
She is. So yeah, last time you were on the Advent Calendar, we actually built on your server or one of your servers.
Yes, we did some workshop wars, I believe.
Exactly.
I think Farmy B was there as well.
Yes, he was.
And we'd come up with all the designs for workshop wars, and we were just trying to get a nice lobby going. And I think we were working on the actual workshop part of that. We wanted a nice big open area that you could see each other on. We put those stairs in especially so that the final frantic run up to anvils to name your stuff was pretty intense. So that's where we were at, and we did finish that. We finished that in time for Christmas. And,
I remember.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice little minigame, and I thought the music was amazing. Not gonna lie.
Music was great, and it looked really good too. Like the the furniture and the little Easter egg things and the chimney and what else?
Candy canes and all that stuff.
There was that little cave outside. I think there was one underground thing inside. I think,
yes,
and the chimney had a thing. There was lots of Easter egg goodness in there too.
Hidden things around. So it was a fun build. It was probably one of the most pretty looking buildings we've actually made. I think it was because Jamie was there. He's good at the art for me.
Yeah. And Dusk Reaper could not be there for that day, but he was part of a later episodes of that Advent Calendar. He put down a lot of snow, like that snow that you see down there. He probably placed like, I don't know. Well, not that much of it, maybe 10%.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's dedication.
And we talked about, what did we talk about? I think we talked about Minecon, and we talked about like map making in general and stuff. I don't really remember. It's a long time ago.
Cool. Yeah, it was a while ago now. Was it? That was 2 years ago, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 2 years
ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. So.
And then we also ended up playing Workshop Wars for an episode, and we didn't tell anyone that we were recording. It was just Kileo and me in a car, and we played against Live Chrome and Dusk Reaper, I think.
I think I remember that actually, yeah.
And I think I won all 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you smashed it.
Yeah, we switched up the teams every round. So I think I started with Kileo against Dusk Reaper and Chrome, and then I played with Chrome against Kileo and Dusk Reaper, and then with Dusk Reaper against Kileo and Chrome, and I won all 3.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't surprised in the slightest.
I wasn't very good though. I really wasn't. It was just, I don't know.
You don't have to be good. You just have to be better.
That is certainly true. That was.
No, I think you are good. You're very, very fast at crafting. I remember watching you when you were playing Learning Curve 2.
Yeah.
With the shop part and
there was a lot of.
Plus Minecraft Bingo, like you just, I can't really describe it, but you just make a pickaxe, and then you make a sword, and you make an axe, and you'd make all 4 tools in the space of about 2 seconds. That's pretty fast crafting, so yeah. I'm really not surprised.
That is true. But I'm not making a sword. That's a waste of time.
Not a sword, yeah. See, it's just me, the noob. I don't know. You know, I don't know these things.
Axes are pretty good weapons now. So it's like you need an axe to chop trees. So you need the axe anyway. So you use it as a weapon too.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah, exactly. It makes
sense.
no sword to waste time. You have to mine 2 more pieces of cobblestone to get a sword. That's like 3 seconds. That could, win or lose.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly. So, you might have noticed I'm in creative mode, which I usually am not on this server. I'm rarely in creative mode on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because I was just content with, rambling and not doing much. But Mr. Ambitious here wants to build a minigame.
That would be a good idea.
It is.
I remember you said.
It is a really good idea, but I was content with, lazy and, just rambling. But, your idea is definitely better. It's just much more work.
It is more work. But it'll just be a mini game.
A mini game. Micro game.
Micro game, exactly.
Maybe a nano game even. Who knows?
Yeah, like you play it in about 2 seconds and then it's done.
Yeah. And it's highly competitive, and there'll be like a high score list and stuff, and you can...
Exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be great.
It'll be the next esports scene.
Oh, yeah.
Our micro game. Or
exactly.
nano game.
Yeah, well, it's not clear yet. I mean, what's below nano? Pico, I think, and then femto.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I've not heard of anything past Pico.
I think femto. I'm not sure though. I might be making it up.
I think you probably are.
It's like I don't know. I think that was like in 6th grade maybe. In physics, I had to learn those DC centimilli micro nano pico femto. Yeah, no, that's it. I remember learning that.
Really, you had to learn that?
It was part of not just that, but it was part of a test, and I remember having to answer that question on a test and getting it right. So I'm pretty sure femto is right. Either way,
we're making a Fanta game.
Yeah, it's very off topic though. So let's.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's snowing, which is good. It's nice up here, but down there it means it's raining, which sucks.
That's not the best.
Yeah, we can turn it off though. We're cheating anyway, so who cares?
That's true. Yeah.
Up here it's very atmospheric though. Even especially with my shader pack thing here, this is very nice.
It's very pretty.
Yeah,
in basic mode, it's pretty pretty.
It is. And I feel like I have to acknowledge your skin too.
Yes, I'm actually myself.
Yeah, just like
first time.
Just like me, I look. That's
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just like you.
Yeah, exactly like me.
Feels so good to just embrace myself for what I am.
Yeah. So is that?
And
do you wear a lot of purple in real life? Is it like
I have a purple shirt. So I thought I should just have that. I have a purple shirt.
Sure.
I don't really wear the purple shirt anymore. But hey, purple's pretty cool. It's pretty distinct, It
is, and it's the Twitch color and stuff. So it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense. All right, we should probably start brainstorming ideas.
Yes.
Because we're already 10 minutes into the video.
Okay. So I have not been on Minecraft for a long time. So I wasn't sure what we wanted to work on, if we wanted to use new features. I mean, new features are normally a very good idea for new maps, new technology, etc.
Okay.
So I think we could use that if we know what we want to do.
I don't even know what new features there are.
I mean, all I know really is there's functions. You said structure files. I've not used structure files before. It could be like a structure file, like how do I put this? It could be that you find a structure file within a structure, and then within that structure file, you find another structure file. Is this possible? It's like Russian dolls with structure files.
Well, I mean, structure files work with structure blocks. Have you worked with? No, you don't know.
I've not worked with them at all, no. So I know it kind of looks. I think it's black and purple. but I could be making that up.
Yeah, it's
I've
like
seen what one looks like, yeah,
this.
but I've never been able to use it because you can put a structure within that, right?
Yeah, you can
And then
save one. Like there's a, if you click on that the data button there, it's like switching to save, and then you can save. Like you can define a section in the world and save that as a file, and then you can load it back in with the load mode, the save and load. And I guess there's the game logic marker, which I've never really used, so I don't know how to use that.
are you allowed to run this as a non-op person? If you were to load this structure block,
Yeah, you could just have.
would you be able to interact with this structure block as a person with no permissions on a server or on like a normal game?
Yeah, because you would just have it set up. Well, to interact with it, I think you have to be in creative mode to like access the stuff inside. But you can.
Can you just power it?
Yeah,
Does that work as well?
Exactly.
Okay.
If you have it, if you have it set to load, you give like you set the name out there. So that would be the name of the structure file it's saved, and you would say loaded, like relative position tells you where it's gonna put it in relative position from the structure block, and then if you just power it, it will place that structure in the world. Oh, it's thundering. Let's just clear the weather here.
Okay.
That's basically how they work.
We could do something like that if we wanted to. It'd be like a Russian doll structure file. Have you seen any Rick and Morty episodes?
Yes.
You know, they go into the universe, the microverse, and then inside the microverse there's the nanoverse. We could do something like that, and you just keep going, and or not keep going forever, but we could have a couple of levels. I guess it would be kind of like a hide and seek, kind of just find the button thing, which I know isn't the best from a design perspective. But it could always be that each one has a little puzzle, and then you just unlock whatever gate it is.
Interesting. So you would just we would have like a building or something of some sort, and then within that you have to solve a puzzle, and then when you achieve that, you power a structure block which loads another structure around you, basically, which includes a new puzzle, and then that you could layer indefinitely, really, if you wanted to.
Exactly, because the structure block would be stored within the structure data, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you can do that.
So that's one idea. If we wanted to use structure blocks again, or in a different way, we could have it that you get given structure blocks, but you need to decide what order you want to put these structures in. Maybe I should demonstrate.
Yeah.
Should we move down to the grassy area?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna flag some lazy. If I was super lazy, I'd teleport.
You're flying very slowly. Are you not sprinting?
Oh, you can sprint fly, that's the thing. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You can sprint boat ride, and yeah, you can sprint everything. Makes total sense.
It obviously, why would you not be able to sprint in the air?
Yeah, right. I mean, that's like, I don't know. Superman can definitely sprint fly and just, walk fly, I'm sure.
So we could have it where each of your structure blocks contains like a different sort of corner piece, or there could be one which has a set of stairs but is otherwise completely enclosed. So it's useful at some point. And it could be a matter of you have to choose which data block you want to put there.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So you have multiple data blocks that you can enable, and each of them have a different sort of tile.
Yeah.
If you think like in Rogue Quest, you know how each of the tiles was made and then they were all stacked next to each other?
Yeah.
Instead of it being like that, it could be that you could choose where the tiles go. Sorry, yeah. So you have all of the tiles, and as soon as you gain access to a tile, you can decide where it goes or which one it becomes, which will then give you more options to move around the map in different places. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, I think.
I've not really been very consistent here because these are all 2x2 and that one's 3x3. But if we just pretend like this is all the separate areas, so you can't change this fencing. That's always going to be sort of the edges.
Yeah.
And then you would change whatever this part was. So it might be that it's like that, which means you can't currently go in this direction because this is completely blocked off by stone. But if you change this to sort of a 2-1 like this, then suddenly you gain access to go into whatever tile this one is here.
Yeah.
And it could be that you start to make your way out, and maybe it's like a 5x5 or something like that, and everything is sort of closed in from the outside. So let me have a think. I'm not sure. Is this still making sense so far?
I think so, yes.
So say this was your starter block, this 3x3. You could have it where all the ones that are surrounding it are pretty unhelpful to you.
Yeah.
For the most part. This one is very unhelpful. And then you have to flip this to potentially be no longer that way, but maybe it's the other way around or something like that. And then suddenly this one is now one that you can get in, which doesn't help you too far, but you're going to have to change this one so that it gives you more access to the other ones. Does that make sense?
It does. I'm just... How would we...
That's kind of our starter.
I mean, you can rotate the structures within the structure block, but how would you do that as a mechanic for the player?
So my plan is to give them all of the structure blocks that they need at the beginning of the game.
All right, and they have the NBD data, so they just place them. They probably have like a redstone block, and they can place
exactly, and you just put it right
then,
on, and we'll say can
that.
place on, and then it will put it there, and maybe we could give them an infinite amount so that they'd never run out.
Yeah.
Is it 90? Is 63 the most structure blocks you can hold? 64?
Yes, I think. I don't know. Wait. Yeah, I don't know if they stick. I don't know. I've never had them outside of creative, so never had the need to stack them. But let's see. If I go to, yeah, they stack to 64.
Okay, so we can give them 64 of every type. We could always give them a replenishable chest at the beginning, but there's no guarantee that they're going to be able to get back to the beginning.
That's true.
If they sort of lock themselves out, that might be a problem. But I don't think... I'm trying to think, would you use 64? I mean, we can give them even more than 64.
Yeah. I mean, it could also be a part of the mechanic that if you lock yourself, you've lost and you have to restart.
I mean, that could be it. That could be the lose condition.
Yeah.
One idea we could use, I'm not necessarily fond of, is we could let them unlock tiles as the game goes on.
Or, if they pay DLC. a loot box system for the tiles.
Yeah, for a monthly subscription of $29.99.
Or if they play for like, what was it, 2,000 hours? No, it was more than that, right? I don't remember. I mean, to unlock everything.
It's about the sense of accomplishment now, isn't it, really?
Yeah. We want our micro game to be played for a couple thousand hours so that you get the sense of accomplishment.
Exactly. Micro game, microtransactions. It's only fair, I think,
It makes total sense.
So, from what I was saying now, how big do we want each tile to be?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I mean,
I'm trying to think about heights and like how wide the player is. 4x4 would give you enough to go up. Like we can fit stairs in comfortably on a 4x4. That would.
Yeah, but the 4x4 would not have a middle for, you know, if you.
The structure block. Yeah,
Yeah.
true. So maybe 5x5. I think 5x5 would definitely be big enough.
Yeah, 5x5 sounds reasonable. 5x5 or 5x5 by how high do we need to be?
I think we're only having 2 floors. I don't even know if there is a second floor. I think it's actually just height beyond that floor, if that makes sense. Like, the second floor doesn't actually exist, you just have access to it.
Yeah.
Kind of like breaking out of the boundaries of the map. So we'll go with 5x5 for starters. It could be 5x5 by 10.
Yeah.
If we need to have like that extra height. The other thing I guess we need to think about is having walls. I think we'd actually need to have the walls sometimes to be higher than what we have at the moment. Because at the minute you could use this stair block. So go into here.
Yeah.
Whereas that would stop that.
True.
This game's going to be really cramped. I like it.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to see what's going on around you.
Yeah, that's so. Do you think we maybe need 7x7 then? If we've got to also include this wall? Or, like, is that going to be enough?
I mean, we wanted a micro game. This is a micro room.
True.
Does make sense in that sense.
I think that'd be quite, as horrible as it sounds, I think it'd be quite fun for it to be this small because it is so cramped, it's so tiny. But it makes you feel like quite enclosed, and it is, you know, it is a maze at the end of the day. It's not supposed to feel particularly spacious.
Yeah.
Did I even do the spacing on that right?
No.
I didn't, did I? Wow. So wait, if it's 5x5, it'll be even smaller, right? The stairs.
Yeah, this would be the middle, and then this floor would be here, basically.
That wouldn't. Oh, it would 5x5. Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, right. Let me just move that because I'm so late. Look, I didn't take maths. Okay.
Never learned how to count to 5.
I don't. Just don't have time for that, Mum. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, so I mean, something like this could work, I think.
Okay, Leo. Let's.
Be telling her this looks like absolute terror, and she's gonna have a hard job making it look nice.
No. I'll save that for later. I need to think about how to word that, so that you doesn't just say no.
It could look like that.
This is nice.
It looks a little bit better. The problem we're going to have is someone putting a structure block down and suffocating to death in this block. If I say, "Oh, structure block," and then suddenly I'm dying. That's the problem with the current configuration, which is why I tried to make it as I put the stairs on one side. So, don't know. I mean, we could always make it so that it's literally that. And then they have to jump their way up, and it looks less like a staircase, but it's still a staircase in functionality.
That is true.
Don't know. It might be that we have to make it a little bit bigger so people don't kill themselves, because it could be a bit frustrating.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if we can.
I mean, this is kind of 3x3, really, and we did say 5x5. I think we're better off having 7x7, including the walls.
Yeah, it's probably smarter. I'm just thinking if we can actually. I hate the ring. If you can. if you could reset the position of the player before the structure loads after he places the block, but I don't think it's gonna be possible. You would have to trigger a teleport in that tick, basically, like it places a block and teleports him into the middle, which is always gonna be 3 because that's where the structure block goes. But I don't know if you can trigger that before. Well, it doesn't have to be before because he's not gonna suffocate. The player's not gonna suffocate to death before. But how would we?
I think the best way to do it, because yes, we could code it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the best way to do it would just be to have a safe zone, which is 3 blocks around.
Yeah, but the player can place a block from like over here too.
I know, and we'll just tell them in the rules, you should stand on this zone before you place the structure block, and then no matter where they're stood on that zone, they're safe.
But is that good game design to have to tell the player you have to do this, and I can't enforce it?
I don't know. I mean, you're going to have a command block that's running on a loop that checks whether or not there's a structure block here. And I don't know if it will be able to detect it in the same tick that it deletes itself. I think it depends on the order that the command blocks are running. I don't know how you would detect that there's a command block, a structure block that's been placed.
Well, the only other thing I could think is to have a command block saved in the structure.
Oh, that's set to auto run. Yeah, we could do that, and then it could just set it relative to its own coordinates, and then it would have to kill itself as well. I mean, it could just be a what do you call it? We could make it run a function so that it sets you to this XYZ basically, and kills itself.
What I'm wondering now is if you have. I'm not sure if what's going to happen here. If you have a. If I have a command block here, and that is part of the structure, and I have the redstone block on top, is that gonna trigger? Probably not, because it's not...
No, the way you said it was fine. Don't put it there. Have it so that you put it that it doesn't need redstone, it's always active. An impulse that's always active will run on the first tick. If I do say hi, if I set that to needs redstone, it won't trigger. If I change it to always active, it runs once and then stops because it's impulse.
Yeah, that's true.
So if an impulse with an always active...
True. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. This is the fun stuff that Dusk Reaper had to come up with. So we have an impulse block which is always active, that is created as part of the data, yeah?
Yeah.
Impulse block.
You could just have it like in the corner of the structure or something like that, and it doesn't have to increase the size of the file, and you can't see it because it's in the corner down there underneath the bars or something.
Good thinking. And it's actually its impulse, so it doesn't even have to delete itself then.
No, it just runs once and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't tell command block to delete itself. That's fine. It doesn't need to have that anymore. So it would just be a relative TP to go, I don't know, 2 in this way, 2 in this way, and 1 in the other way, and it just teleports the player to here.
Exactly. Kind of a weird transition here, but a few things happened in this episode. We had a lot more footage. I even had a whole clip that I probably did not end up using. The plan right now, as of me recording this little bit, is not to include anything from that hour or whatever it was of footage that I do have, and then there's also another hour that is missing because I ran out of hard drive space while recording it. So this whole first episode, or first guest episode with MaybeLaterx, or Maybe as I lovingly call him, is going to be a little weird. I tried to... I mean, there are some decent clips. We're really funny, you know, both of us amazingly funny people. So there was a lot of decent, you know, banter in there. But I just decided to make it as cohesive as I could without like jump cutting a lot. I feel like there was a lot of value there in our discussion, in like the, you know, game design discussions that we had, but it's just very, very long form content. I don't think it would have made sense to cut it down and try to include as much of that as possible, because it's just really hard, because we end up referencing things we've said before that might not, it's tough to edit, and I just don't have the time to do like a proper. It would take a week to make this like a good, a well-edited thing. So instead, I'm just gonna show you what we ended up with. And this also has the added benefit of it doesn't show you the solution. I mean, maybe you can figure out the solution from this, but yeah, if I just leave in the whole design process of this, you, the viewers, will already know the solution, which might spoil the fun a little bit. So the plan for now is for me to finish this on my own. I should be able to do it. I'm probably gonna lean on Kileo a bit to come up with a design. We might just skip the design part for now, because the way we have everything set up with structure files means that we can just switch them out at any point. So it doesn't really matter. We can just use these placeholder tiles that Maybe and I built for now. I'm gonna probably use those for playtesting as soon as possible. I'm probably also gonna switch away from the server world for the playtesting, just to be able to test the whole, adventure mode and all that kind of stuff, without risking. Well, I mean, it would not be a big risk. I could just save my inventory somewhere, put it in a chest, and that kind of stuff. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. I have not decided if I want to do the playtesting here or not. I'd have to have a big, open space to build the whole thing. I might just go into a void world and put everything in there. It's the more elegant way. And if I want to provide a download for you guys, then that's definitely the best way to go about it. So yeah, I hope this was interesting to watch. It definitely gives an insight into game design. And I mean, this is not like I don't usually game design. Maybe does, he does do game design relatively frequently. So he definitely took the lead here, and he has. But I feel like I contributed. I tried. If you have any suggestions or anything, if it's not super complicated, like simple ideas, simple features that I should think about implementing, then feel free to leave a comment here. I can't promise it will make it into the first iteration, because I just don't know when and how the next episode for this is going to be recorded. I also don't know when this is going out as of now, so everything's kind of up in the air. But if you have good suggestions, good ideas for this concept, then feel free to let me know. The plan that I have for now is to play the test with at least Kileo and a couple of the guests, maybe get their game design input as well, because some of the guests I do have in mind are in fact map makers, so it's going to be interesting to see what they have to say about it. And I'm going to offer them options. I'm not going to force them to play test my thing, but I think they'll be okay with that. It's not going to be super complicated, and even if they're not good at puzzles, which most of them should be, I'm going to be there to guide them, so it's not going to be a big deal, I hope. And then the plan is to get a polished version of this up somewhere for you to download and play, which kind of, I mean, it's not going to be great because you'll already know the solution. Maybe I'll just upload the playtest version somewhere too, so you can actually, pause the video, playtest yourself, and then watch other people playtest, and then maybe we can come up with another lever or something for the, a second lever. Maybe, I don't know if I'll have time, but we'll see how all of this goes. It's a, it's a naturally evolving project, and you see it, come to life. So I hope that's been interesting. It kind of sucks that I don't have Maybe here for the sign off now, but yeah, I could ask him, but I don't want to bother him just for a couple of minutes here. It's fine. So yeah, thanks again, Maybe, for agreeing to be a part of this and for coming up with the idea to design a minigame. I was skeptical, I have to say, but I think we have something here that's going to be interesting. At least it's not going to be the best map ever made, but I think it's going to be a solid little puzzle thing that I hope you will all enjoy. And that is it for this episode. I need to do the transition thing, right? Yes, I do. So let's do that, then end the recording. Hope this doesn't take forever to render and upload and all that good stuff. And I will see you all. This is a really stupid view because it's like everything over there is partially rendered, partially loaded. Let's get a nice view of the Christmassy area, because this is such a nice, I'm really proud of this area. This is really great. I really enjoy what we've done here. And now for real, this is it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Stay tuned for more content relating to this project, which doesn't have a name yet. But I'm holding off until we can come up with a design idea, actually. That's it. Bye-bye. When icicles hang by the war, and Dick the shepherd blows his nail, and Tom bears logs into the har, and milk comes frozen home in pail, when blood is nipped and ways be foul, the nightly sings the staring hour. To who, to wit, to who, a merry note, while greasy Joan doth keel the pot. When o'er aloud the wind doth blow, and coughing drowns the parson's saw, and birds sit brooding in the snow, and Marion's nose looks red and raw. When roasted crabs hiss in the bowl, the nightly sings the staring hour. To who, to wit, to who, a merry note, while greasy Joan doth keel the pot.